What's up people, how's it going? Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. So I hope everybody's been safe and looking after themselves during these tough and challenging times. So a quick update on the setup. So in the previous video, so those of you who haven't checked it, I will link it up there, but it seems that I still have to work out the settings a bit. The GoPro still vibrates like mad because it's on the handlebar, and the Insta360 is still quite noisy. And though I am using the log mode to record the video in the Insta360, the video tends to be yellowish and reddish because those are the dominant light sources at the moment. So color grading has been a little challenging, so it's not on par at the moment. And after racking my brains a bit, I felt like probably the primary reason due to which the video is noisy in the Insta360 is because the sharpness settings are set to be very high, unlike in the GoPro, wherein I have set the sharpness settings to be very low. Maybe that should make the difference, I don't know. So in today's video I have kept the sharpness settings in the Insta360 all the way down. I tuned it all the way down, so let's see how the video quality turns out. But I still need to figure out why everything has a pinkish or a yellowish hue, but hopefully I'll get around to it. So right now my primary concern is to get clean video, not have a lot of noise in it in terms of the graininess. So I don't know if that translates into YouTube, because a lot of the video content that comes on the YouTube anyway gets compressed. So I'm not sure how that translates, but yeah, during the editing stage I do find that the video is quite noisy. I hope I get around it soon though. Maybe down the line I'll probably switch the setup too. I'll probably have the Insta there and the GoPro back on the helmet. And the reason for that is in the GoPro, though it has image stabilization feature inbuilt into it, I'm unable to use it because that feature isn't enabled or supported in 4K 30, which is the frame rate and resolution that I'm using to record video. However, Insta360 does support image stabilization, so they call it flow state or something of that sort. So if the noisiness of the images aren't resolved, or even if they are resolved, I'll probably switch these two and see how everything works out. So that's the plan at the moment. So let's see, probably in a few videos time, once I'm certain I can't do anything more to improve the audio quality issue, the video quality issue, I'll probably swap them and see if something can be done for the vibration scene through this point of view. So that's the update on the video setup at the moment. I hope, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I hope some of you at least might have come across what has transpired in Ecuador. So during the last weeks of last month, or during the last week of last month, somewhere around January 28th, an oil pipeline burst in Ecuadorian Amazon region. So this region where the pipeline burst is called the Cayambe Coco or Coca, I hope I'm not butchering the name, National Reserve, which happens to be in the Amazonian region of their country. and damage to the tune of 21,000 square meters of land. So that includes, the soil, groundwater, surface streams, etc., were contaminated and damaged. And the reason attributed to this is by the local authorities seems to be, landslides triggered by heavy rainfall. The pipeline is managed by, a private entity, and reports seem to suggest that, they have stopped, transporting these crude oil through the pipeline in light of the incident, and it's believed that the authorities will follow it up with, fines, etc., to clean up the area. But let's see. I mean, it's a developing story, but the reason why I bring it up is because I don't know how many of you are aware, but Ecuador is, or rather has, one of the worst environmental disasters in terms of oil spillage. I don't know, I don't think it's covered a lot, but it's an ongoing environmental crisis, and there is no solution to it. So it turns out that, in late 50s or early 60s, oil was discovered in Ecuador. So for the next 3 decades, what has happened is the company that was contracted, to extract this oil and, process it and convert it into petrol, gasoline, or, whatnot, basically spilled over 16 billion gallons of wastewater, the resulting wastewater from processing crude into the rainforest, the Amazon rainforest. In addition to that, they managed to dispose over 17 million gallons of crude oil itself into, the rainforest again, and disposed. So in order to dispose the resulting waste, they dug up numerous open pits, which, has caused irreparable damage to the environment, again by, contaminating soil, the groundwater, surface streams, etc., and it's shocking that, this was allowed to happen in one of those regions of the world which is very, very essential for sustenance of life as we know it on this planet. All of us know that, the Amazon rainforests are the lungs of our world, and this calamity was allowed to, go on for 3 decades. That is from, somewhere around 60s all the way till 90s. So much so that, the local population now suffer from, waves of cancer, different types of cancers, birth defects, miscarriages, etc., and as far as I know, hardly anyone is even remotely, bothered by it. So that's shocking. I mean, I don't know, in this day and age when, any small thing becomes viral, important ecological issues rarely get the attention they deserve. Yes, there was a litigation. The whole process of litigation is a story in itself. I don't know why the hell none of these idiotic Hollywood studios make a movie out of it so that, an awareness is generated. But maybe they have made it, but I'm not aware of it. I have not seen it yet. So if any of you know that there is a movie on it, do let me know in the comments down below. But the thing that I wanna touch upon is that a litigation happened. I mean, cases were filed. It dragged on for 20 years, which eventually led to a settlement of nearly $9.5 billion to the people of Ecuador. Not that, money is gonna reverse the effects of cancer or, solve the environmental problems that they have, but something was done. But the way our world functions, the way, we have these loopholes, that company, litigated to endless extent. I mean, the judicial system that we have was just basically impotent, to stop them. So much so that, not even a single penny was received by, the people who are suffering over there. And it also happens that the strategy adopted by, this particular company has become now a template for, various organizations that, flout environmental, rules and regulations. And it's shocking and it's saddening that, this is allowed to perpetuate the way it's happening. And somehow I feel that, all of us in many ways are, indirectly responsible for it, because yes, I mean, it happened some 20-25 years ago, damage to the environment, but modern life as we see it right now is, shaped by the resources that were harvested from our planet in those years. And I don't know, I don't think anybody will in their right mind deny this, but so the progress that has happened since then, I mean, one of the backbones for that is crude oil, and many of the modern conveniences, including, this motorcycle that I'm cruising upon right now, is a result of, some of those things that we did in the past. So in many ways, all of us are indirectly responsible for the sufferings of those people. I mean, not just people, but our environment too. But as luck would have it, I mean, our indifference and, the callous human nature, the greed, when it takes over reason and rationality, I don't know. I mean, if there is a way even to prevent such things. The recent one, I mean, the recent oil spillage that they had, again, has contaminated their water supplies, because the Cayambe Coca ecosystem or eco reserve is also their primary water source. And as reports indicate, it seems to be a big enough or, a major event. So I'm not sure how, those people are going to cope with what's been happening to them since last 50 years or so. So I urge all of you, I mean, whomsoever is tuned in to the channel or to this video, to read about it, learn about it, talk about it, because at least by talking, talking about these things, they won't be buried, So with these thoughts, I'll be signing off from today's video, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one. So until then, peace out.